Hey guys, System here, and this is FTB Genesis. I myself am having a wonderful day. Hope you guys all are as well. Go ahead and jump forward, get back into this amazing package. In between episodes, have not actually done that much. I did go ahead and work on the base a little bit, so I went ahead and got that structure that was in the center of the room. It is gone now. It's much more open. I quite like it. Also, the floor, you may notice, is all signed terracotta. Actually went through the Lost Cities. There's a building there made out of signed terracotta. So I went ahead and vein mined the entire building now. So that's now my building, which is pretty cool. And I just kind of cleaned up the floor here. Also, the lighting. I did lighting up on the ceiling and here as well. So I have these lights here. They're ones from Simply Light. So we have that in the pack. And these lights are just nice little lights there. So I just went ahead and made a bunch of them. They're actually pretty cheap. Get 6 per recipe. So spread them around pretty nicely. I'll probably get rid of all this bright white anti-block that's on the ground. It's just, it's a little blinding, I think. But anyway, that's the thing. Show you why I have these down here too. Notice there's more sets of those armor there. This is a bug that's going to be fixed. So basically, I was trying to display my armor, and then I made myself an armor stand because this is like the old armor, right? And I was going to put it down. But when you take a armor stand in this pack, put it down right now, currently, before the next update, automatically gives it a full set of the armor that the mobs wear. So this is the armor that the mobs wear. It has no actual armor on it, but it does give you radiation protection. And that's the whole point of it. It gives the mobs radiation protection so they don't die. But they'll be, I guess the armor stand will be blacklisted in the next update because it considers it entity, a mob, I guess. So yeah, definitely a weird little interaction there that has to be dealt with. Outside of that, I think I went ahead and made some of these here, heat sinks. So the heat sinks, do I have those here? Heat sink. They basically just cool machines down. And the compressors actually run better when they're cool, right? So pretty simple recipe. So I guess I could show in this one easier. Go over here. So yeah, show you in here you have the warnings, right? It says cool the machine down to under 50 degrees. But this one is pretty much just keeping at room temperature, which is like 58 degrees. To actively cool it, I have to add something more cooling, like a vortex tube. But at this point, it's running at 98% efficiency. Main reason I added these was when I was running this one full tilt, it was going down to 60% efficiency. So I figured it was a pretty good idea just to add a couple of these. You can add it pretty much to all sides of the compressor as well. Make it a little faster, right, as well. But I figured that's enough for our needs. We don't really need it insanely fast. If we need it really good, we'll add a vortex tube because that is the real way to actually cool those down. So we'll see about that in time. Outside of that, I guess down here, went ahead and dug out a room. This is going to be for our new kind of fuel setup here. We're going to get ahead, I guess, go ahead and straight off work on biodiesel. So this biodiesel is I guess I'll show you this one first. So what we're using currently is 2 millibuckets for 7 kilowatts, right? So that's what we're getting at our current fuel. This new fuel is actually pretty insane of a upgrade here. 1 millibucket equals 28 kilowatts, right? So it's twice as efficient and 4 times the power. So it's going to be quite the big upgrade. So I'm quite excited for that because after that point, I think we'll be good to get into AE2 pretty much. So that is rad. We're going to need a lot of power for that actually. Did I do anything else? I guess a couple of upgrades in here. I guess I could show you right here. I don't even need to go there. Got one called Stomp. Apparently we can jump on mobs with this one. Haven't tried it yet, but apparently if you drop down from high above, it does damage them. So I'm going to try that at some point. Then I got Jump Boost as well. The Jump Boost was, I couldn't only get to the second tier on this one though. What was there in here? Jumping upgrade tier 2. And yeah, tier 2 was this, then tier 1 was that, and that wasn't too bad. But the tier 3, I think got pretty insane. Oh yeah, you needed a rabbit's foot, and I don't have rabbit's foot, so definitely something we have there now. And once that loads up there, I guess, here you go. You can see how high I could jump down, so not too bad. Of course, like everything else, you could tweak it too. So if you're doing something and don't want to jump that high, you can make it a little less as well. So really cool there, and really rad all around. So yeah, first thing we're going to do is go ahead and get into our power here. One thing I want to get to right away, actually, I saw we need electrum. So electrum right here. Should be able to take that and throw that through the furnace. There you go. So I didn't realize that either in this pack. So osmium, I thought we could just get osmium ingots. You can't. That's not a thing in this pack at all. So I was ore doubling down our osmium because we had it in the ore form, right? So you can run it through the macerator there. You go to use on that. To actually get into osmium, there it is. Reinforced alloy. Yeah, you have to do it like this way. You can't do it in the alloy smelter. You actually get chromium. So I think that's like an electrodynamics material, but definitely not something I was prepared for. I did not even see that guess, part of the progression of the pack. Need another gold agate here too. We're going to go ahead and make ourselves a mixer or two. I think we need two of them. And then we should be pretty much ready to go. So I just need to throw those in there. What that's going to give me is some of these turbine rotors. And once we have those, we pretty much have everything to tear down this entire power setup and go ahead and actually start working on new fuel here. So I think I got everything I need here. We need these turbine blades, and then we need these electrum wires. Let's go ahead and grab them. I don't need this electrum at all, so let's go ahead and get rid of that. So what we need here are these turbine rotors. So let's go ahead and grab two of them. Then we should be able to make our fluid mixers, which are going to be what make the actual biodiesel themselves. Then we also need a crafter. We're going to need a way to basically craft the full block melons down into seeds. So that'll be what goes on there to make us plant oil, right? So it'll be kind of the concept that we're working with for the other half of the recipe, because we already have ethanol capabilities, right? There's different tiers of this crafter too. This is tier 1, goes up tier 3. Each one gives you 2 more recipes that I could do. So this one could do 2, and the top one can do 6, right? So I have some ender chests here. I meant to color code these. Let's go ahead and grab you. Sweet. I have some dye here. I'm just going to do the center, just like that and that. That's going to set them to the same channel, so anything that's in this one is in this one, right? So that's kind of the idea. So that's going to be the way we move around our melons and mushrooms here in a second. Just need to do a little bit of filtering. So over here, we got our setup. Actually, before we even start here, this one's probably totally backed up. This is our main farm chest. Oh man, it's getting so bad here. I need a way to, like, I'm so used to having drawers of some type to void off items. I don't know what to do to deal with, like, too many items. You know what I mean? I'd like to limit this in some way, but I can't think of a way to do that realistically. So have to think about that. But anyway, just clear that out for now, just so we have space to allow new items in there. So it was totally backed up. This one's totally backed up as well, right? So this one already has tons of melons, tons of melon slices, and tons of mushrooms, as well as I have these bins here totally backed up as well. So they're really producing now that they're pretty much max seeds. I think they're all max, or they're just about max. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab this item transporter. Go ahead and do this and do this here. I'm going to be using this to limit how many items can go in this ender chest, right? So the main reason for that is if I just kind of let this run, it's going to end up like completely full of melons, or it's going to end up completely full of mushrooms, you know what I mean? Then the rest of the system on the other end will break. So we go ahead and set this to regulate mode, and then we just go ahead and put the items in here, right? It's going to automatically keep track of how many are in our hand when we do that. So right now it's allowing 64 of each item. It was blocking it. Now that I hit whitelist, it's allowing 64 of each item. If I go ahead and start setting those in, there you go. It's just going to allow a stack of each of those items, and that is really sweet. You can actually tweak that too. I think you hold shift, and then you mouse wheel. Yeah, there you go. I can make it 2 stacks, which is kind of neat. I don't know how high that goes, but either way, definitely a thing. Pretty cool there. That would be how I kind of make it so on the other end, when we're working in our room here with this other ender chest, we could actually have exactly what we need in the chest. So that is pretty cool there. Anything else we need here? I don't need these wires. Let's make sure we get rid of those. Let's go ahead and head downstairs, I suppose. Oh, I want some placement blocks too. So let's go ahead and grab some cobble. And not some CB. I don't know what that is. Let's go ahead and grab you. There you go. Head down here and kind of get to it. So these are the ones we had set up before. I didn't even show you. I totally broke down our setup here, right? So most of it is just the power cubes and the couple cables that remain, right? It is completely out of here. Also have this one full of melon. I have so many melons and mushrooms. Anyway, let's head down here. So we're going to go ahead and get everything set up. So this one was obviously yeast. I'm going to need that one. Go ahead and grab you. Yeast is going to go far left, I think. Also, I have a line of pressure over here. So we're going to be pressurizing, I guess, 2 of the machine setups. So we'll have to kind of deal with that as well. So that one was this. No, that's completely wrong. This was ethanol. Yeah, that's completely wrong. I need to grab the ones with water. So this one was obviously this, and this one here as well. So these 2 were yeast. We're going to have 4 for yeast at this point. There you go. And then we'll have 2 for the actual ethanol. So that's kind of the plan. So I should have some more of these in here. Go ahead and grab them. There we go. Got all 4 of those set up. Just need to go ahead and grab us a sink and get water into those puppies. So just go ahead and pop you here. Grab ourselves hopefully some mechanical pipe here. And just run those up the side here. And set the extract. Why is that not auto switching? I need it out of there today anyway, so I'll just go Shift and Q and pull that out of there. Because we're going to be doing some coloring of the cables. I think I need it set to certain modes to do that. Anyway, that's good there. Let's get rid of that one piece gobstone too. There you go. So every one of them is getting water now, which is what we want. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab some of these dispenser upgrades. Oh, I only wanted 2, but that's fine. And if you shift and right click on a machine on the side, it'll tell it which side to eject to. So I want it to eject out this side here. So that's what we want there. I'll need that on the 2 center ones, right? So this one and this one here. That's basically going to make it send it to the next machine here, which is going to be the ones that we're doing ethanol, right? So this one was doing ethanol for sure, I think, right? Yes, it had yeast in it already. So let's go ahead and grab, make sure I have the right one. It was this one. There you go. Cool. And this one here as well. This one just didn't have any yeast in it. There you go. So that should work there. And in fact, I should probably swap those. Yeah, I see that. This one has ethanol. This one has ethanol and yeast, right? So the ethanol and yeast should go up here. And this one here should, once I get it in there anyway, drain the yeast out of there. Why are you so hard to place? The hitboxes are a little strange. There we go. So the dispenser upgrade is working. So that's cool. Awesome. So the next thing I want to go ahead and do is probably go ahead and get some more pipes in here as well. So let's go ahead and grab 2 more pipes. So this and this. Then we're going to grab our mixers. So we've got our 2 fluid mixers here. We'll have one here, one here. Then we'll have 2 more thermo-pneumatic processing plants as well. And I have one in there. So this one will be the vegetable oil. It's going to move that into here, at which point we'll pull the ethanol into this one as well, and they'll get mixed together, and then we'll finally get our biodiesel, right? So that's kind of the idea. I'm also going to split these 2, because I'm trying to keep track of exactly throughput on the kind of ratios of machines. Like, I have no clue how much of the vegetable oil we're going to need kind of over time, so we'll figure that out as well. So anyway, that'll be kind of the setup there. These ones here need pressure as well, so if you go to here, check that out. You'll see this one needs a bar of 2, and the plant oil, no, not the plant oil, we want vegetable oil, needs a bar of 2 as well. So we need some pressure tubes. So let's go ahead and grab a set of those, because that is definitely a thing. It's a little weird too. There's a reason why I put those pipes in the center too, because I guess technically we don't need them. The problem is it would run the bar over to the other side of machines, and I don't need the bar over there. But it's a little weird how the bar kind of moves through machines. I'll show you here. Go ahead and do that. There you go. And the bar is going up. So when the bar comes in the machines, right now, you see there it's getting the pressure. It's getting the pressure. It goes horizontally. It doesn't go up and down. So yeah, it just kind of goes across horizontally, which is a little strange, but it's definitely how it works there. It's yeah, definitely a thing. So I think that's good there. I guess the next part would probably be the item routing, and we're going to use a logistical sorter to do that. So we'll have that, we'll have this, and then we'll have a bunch of logistical pipes. And then I also need the crafter, because that'll be one of the things we're routing to as well. So apparently I forgot 2 pipes here, so let's go ahead and get those in place. So I want to go ahead and set that to extract. That to extract there. We need to go ahead and set up a couple dispensers as well. So let's go ahead and grab 2 of them. And these ones here will be set to pull out this way, right? But they'll be going into these thermos. So let's go ahead and pop one there, and then one there as well. I want to test this too, because it should be actually technically, I guess, able to already start making us a little bit of biodiesel there, because we have ethanol, right? So pop that there, pop that there. Should use a little bit of the bar there too. Not so sure how the pressure is going to work here too. I may have to set up another regulator down here to keep track of the pressure down here, because it's being tracked from, I guess, at the source. So it's not really looking at the pressure tubes down here. But I was thinking at 2 it might work, but I guess we'll find out. It'll slowly kind of even out between the pipes, but I'm not sure exactly how much this is going to use, you know what I mean? If not, I'll do a regulator and do a wireless setup to send the red zone signal up there. Should not be a big deal at all. So anyway, we are getting what we need. We're actually getting the biodiesel, which is awesome, which means we can actually go ahead and grab ourselves a tank here. There we go. And start storing that stuff, because I will decide where we're going to send it from that point on, right? That's good. That's good. And this tank here, the large fluid tank, can hold 128 buckets, which is not too bad. I don't know what upgrades these can take. Dispenser, so it can auto send stuff. Doubles the rate of fluid ejection. Okay, that's cool. Not really that important. But either way, we got that set up there, and that's good. So the next thing we probably want to do is finally the routing, I think, because that'll be probably, I guess, the most intense part of it. I just need to make sure it's right. It's not really intense at all. I don't even know why I use that wording. But anyway, just make sure we have everything. Crafter, that. Oh, we have the trash can, too. We have a byproduct there of glycerol. Glycerin, I think is what it was. Yeah, no, glycerol was. I was right the first time. So, yeah, we need to deal with that as well. So I'm probably going to do that from the top, I guess. Let's grab the mechanical pipes here. Get that right there. There you go. And we'll just void this stuff off. It's really just, it's got very limited uses. I went through use on it. It can be used as a smelting fuel. And then there's like a couple recipes. And it's just sugar alternative is all it is. I think this is the only custom recipe for it for a Band-Aid. So I'm not too worried about that. So like I said, we'll just go ahead and void that stuff off. You go, until I see a reason not to. So that should handle that part of it. And then the last thing we'll have to do, I said, was, well, the routing, right? And then I guess we'll have to get a little bit of power down here for the crafter, I guess. But we can just route back into this once we start producing power as well. So that's good. That is fantastic. So what we'll have here, I guess, is the ender chest. Ender chest we'll put over here. Then we'll end up with the logistical sorter. That's going to be doing all our sorting, right? Then we'll have some mechanical pipe. There you go. Awesome. And we'll just gonna... Oh, I did all pipes, didn't I? That's going to be logistical. I need to stop choosing the wrong ones again. Let's get that off my bar. Fantastic. So this one's going to go into a crafter. And the crafter's going to turn the melons and the seeds. And then we're going to route into there. So we'll do those transporters later. This one here is going to be mushrooms. This one here is going to be... Why is there... Oh, that pipe's supposed to be there. This one here is going to be melons, right? So we'll have to start color coding these because that's what it works on, like a color-coded routing system, right? So if you target the center square here, you should be able to change color. And right now it's blue. Blue seems like a good color for the mushroom. Then this one will be the melon, right? So let's go with green. That's good. And then this one here, just need to go to the next color along, I guess. We'll go to cyan. There you go. So this will be kind of how the routing works. So the way the routing works too, you need to leave some of the cables clear, right? So you notice these two are clear. If I don't do that, it's going to just send it along the path, right? It'll say I can only send the blue, right? So if I turn this one blue, only send the blue, it'll never look at the other ones, right? But if you leave them clear, it'll just kind of look at the branches as it goes along and send it to the appropriate one, basically. So that's how we want that there. We just need to set the filters now. So it'll be mushroom blue, right? So let's go ahead and throw the mushrooms in here. We're going to set that to blue and then just click save, right? Now it's going to start sending mushrooms to all the blue channels, right? This thing's also very clicky. It likes to make a lot of sound, so I'm probably going to end up muting that. So I go here and then I want to go to, yeah, I think it's probably sorter, right? Yeah, there you go. Awesome. It's a very, very clicky machine. But that should fill up all of them. Look at that. They're already all full, which is fantastic. And it's filling up with the mushrooms here. So I guess it would be green for melon as well. So new item stack. We'll go the melon. There you go. Set that green. Make sure we hit save. And that one should go along. And then last one, I guess, is just going to be this one here. So let's go ahead and get the crafter in the right spot here. And then I guess we just need to do the auto crafting on this, and then we're pretty much done, which is fantastic. So this one would be cyan, right? So let's go to new filter, item stack, melon. Go, set that to cyan, click save, and that should end up at here. Now I'll have to set the filter on this one too. Actually, I want to start doing that now before it all fills up. So do that. This here as well. And then we're going to hit this button here, the R. Tells it to remember the inventory slots. So now there's a line for melons and a line for the melon blocks as well, which is the way I want it here. Then we need to set 2 recipes here. So you click on a recipe slot. Then we want to click on a melon. Do that right there. Right now it's set to send the output to the export. So this is where the items actually get pulled out of the machine. We want this one on the internal because we want to keep the melon slices on here, right? So we'll go ahead and apply that one. Then click over to the second recipe, do the melons again. There you go. Except for this time, we're going to set it to the external. So that's good. Make sure they're both right there. So that should be good. Let's go ahead and grab a power cube, one of them, just so we can test that, make sure everything's working there. But if so, I think we are pretty much done. Let's just set them all to output right now because I don't know what side is what. There we go. There we go. It's actually making the melon seeds, at which point we could actually move those into the machine there. So that, and then we want to break this connection because we don't need it. And then just pull that out of there. And that should effectively be our setup now. That should keep working for a very long period of time. So it's got yeast. It's a little backed up here. We had a whole bunch of yeast, I guess, before we started. I guess this one's cleared out, so that's not too bad. But this one's not. Yeah, there you go. Oh, we got a problem here. There's a problem. Why do I have... Wait, am I looking at the wrong machine? I am too. They kind of connect. They look like one block, don't they? So I keep clicking on the wrong spot there. Yeah, so that one's good. That one's good. And these are going non-stop, hopefully. There you go. Then we're getting this stuff here, and we already have 2 buckets, which is not too bad. I want to test this out really quick, too. So let's go ahead and see what we're producing here, right? So that is good there. That's going to output there. That looks good. These should be all input, which is fantastic. Then we'll just go ahead and set a mechanical pipe here to move the, I guess, the fluid over, right? Go ahead and do that. Pull that into here. And we got, is it here? 1.4K. So that's actually awesome for these cubes, right? Because they're only 1.6 anyway. So I guess I'm going to have to set up each one of these actual combustion chambers to one of these batteries here. Of any type, I guess. But the max output on this one is 1.4 anyways. So for FE, I don't have to worry about going over, I suppose. Anyway, that is good. I think I got everything, right? Just making sure everything's kind of set up correctly here. And nothing is being totally messed up. I may have to go back to the farm and make sure our ratio is fine. Because I may have to tweak the inventory that we're pulling from to make sure there's enough of these melons in here, right? The actual full melons. But it looks like it's pretty good. Shouldn't need too many melons anyway, because if we get, it's 9-to-1, right? So I think we're okay there. So that is good. I am curious if we're going to catch up on this ethanol or not. This is what I'm trying to wonder here. Vegetable oil. Yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to work out here. Looks like the fluid mixer is actually falling behind a little bit on the, whatchamacallit here. This one, the thermopneumatic making the plant oil is what it looks like. Yes, that's what it looks like to me. It actually looks like the ethanol might be going down as well. Okay, just trying to figure out the ratios for the future because we may scale this up again one more time. But for right now, this should be more than enough. And it's quite good. Quite happy we got that done. Yeah, I haven't used these for a long time. The actual logistical sorters, they're really good. They're really good. They have a lot of options here too. But anyway, I never get to them. I always hear the clicking and just kind of get enraged and stop using them. But I can always just muffle it, right? So I went ahead and got our wireless power set back up, which is pretty cool here. This pressure tube, I won't have to do anything. It's keeping up with the pressure, so I'm not worried too much about that anymore. In here, I've only still have the one combustion set up, but I do have my wireless here. Set up another card here as well for a cube up here. So basically I'm sending the power from the cube to this cube here. And this one's keeping everything running up here. So I have LV flux getting power, and then this one's getting power, as well as this DC motor. I made some of the cables too, the basic universal cables. These are the mechanism cables. Oh, not those ones. Where are they at? Right here. There you go. They just take steel. I just hadn't made any yet. But basically they're moving the power here. I set up this too, the DC motor, because I wanted to make sure the wire mill would work, right? Because right now, the wire mill, I guess before this, we didn't have a way of having the power up here wirelessly. So I went ahead and set it up because I wasn't sure how it worked here. But basically the DC motor, you put in some lubricant. We only have 2 buckets of this, mind you. So I have another bucket in here because we got this from a quest early on. We can make it, but I just haven't had that set up yet. But you put it in. You use 1 millibucket so far and all the time it's been running. And then you add this conductor brush. Yeah, conductor brush. And the durability is going down on it very slowly. I'm assuming, just an assumption, right? When it gets through this 13,000, it's going to use another bucket of lubricant, maybe. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what it's doing there. But that's what I think it's going to do. Anyway, the burn rate seems very slow, is basically what I'm trying to say. Which was my main worry about it. So anyway, our power is up and running, and everything is good in the world, right? So I think we're going to go ahead and jump into the next part here, which is the molecular transformer, which is going to be what turns our I just thought those were mobs. Turn our quartz into Certus crystals, so we can actually start getting the 82. So like I said, we'll go ahead and work towards the molecular transformer. The molecular transformer turns one item into another with raw energy. This is likely first used to obtain Certus quartz, Cernarium for Solarius, or Iridium, but has many other uses. Note if you're on a server, something about recipes, we don't worry about that. But anyway, so we need some new materials here, and actually kind of guides you through it too. So you need some of these plates, this carbon, then you need some of these advanced machine blocks. Oh, it's going to give us an MV flux converter. I was going to go ahead and make one of those, but apparently I don't even need to make it. So that actually saves us a little bit of work here. It's also doing a bunch of these copper cables. Let's go ahead and drop them off. So what we need here, the first thing we need here is going to be this here, actually. We need to go ahead and grab these things here, the advanced alloy. I guess they're called mixed metal ingots before you process them. Pretty sure we actually need 10 of them. So we'll take those and throw those through the compressor, right? So that should be good. Then the next component after that is going to be these here, these carbon plates, right? So the carbon plates I noticed in JEI are a little derpy too. I'm actually going to take it while I'm talking, throw it into here. So the way we're going to do it is cool in the macerator, but there is a second way, and that's the way JEI actually kind of guides you, which is kind of annoying. So over here, the carbon fiber, that is from coal dust. That's what I'm making right now. But if I click on coal dust, it tells me this is the only way I can get it. So it makes it look like I can't get it, right? But I can get it through the macerator, so that is definitely something we can do. But the other option would have been this, and this is actually a loophole. I hope people didn't do this. Biomesh, compressed plant balls, yeah, it's a whole thing, right? So you definitely don't want to have to be dealing with that when you could easily be doing it this way, right? So I guess that's the thing. We also need to go ahead and grab our mineral grinder. Go ahead and set that up. There you go. I want some copper cables. Let's go ahead and grab them real quick. Sweet. And we're also going to need the inscriber too, so we might as well grab that too. We actually have to make our first processor as well, which is pretty exciting because it means we're closer to E2. Go ahead and do that there. And probably some of these cables here. That and that. So this one here we're just going to use to make a silicon. So this is going to grind it down, right? So turn it into quartz dust. Then we go ahead and grab that and throw it through the electric furnace. And that's going to turn that into silicon. At which point, we got to turn that, I believe, into the printed circuit, right? And that's going to be done in the inscriber as well. So we take that back to the inscriber, and that's going to turn that, there you go, straight into the printed circuit. At which point, I think we just go ahead and make it. Where am I taking it, actually? I don't know where I thought I was taking it. We need to make the actual printed circuit, right? So it'd be that, this, and that. There you go. That'll actually make us our first printed. There you go. And then we just need to run this through this with the, has to be with the laser setup, right? So that should handle that. And that should be our first processor, which is, like I said, very exciting because it's been a long time coming. So I don't have to make this anymore. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. That'll be done in a second. How many of these plates are done? 8. Go ahead and grab them. Got 2 more coming, I believe. There you go. Saw we had to make some other weird stuff with this too. So we had to make some reinforced glass. I guess that was one. That's why I had to make 2 extra of these. There you go. Got my last carbon plate there. And with that, I think I have everything, quote unquote. I guess we'll see here. We need to make this empty core. Let's go ahead and grab that. There you go. Then we'll go ahead and grab, we need some of these crystals. They're easy. Let's go ahead and grab them. Then we need the actual advanced machine blocks. Let's go ahead and grab 4 of those. Is that a quest? Wait, why isn't that a quest? Let's go to Bootstrap Tech. I got that there. What is this here? MV flux converter? Wait a sec. Why is this not down here? I want to be here. What's the prerequisite on this? I have that. A V tier, I have that. I'm actually confused why we don't have that one done. Why is that linked over here to the energized alloy? You don't need it for the energized alloy. Literally, you don't need, there's nothing in that that requires, that must be a bad link or maybe a change quest. Yeah, there's nothing in here at all that requires the alloy, so it makes no sense, and it's not in here either. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's linked like that. Well, anyway, probably be fixed with an update because I assume that's incorrect. But we won't get the quest completion. What was I going to get from that one? Flux converter, which we just got anyway, right? Yes, we did. Okay, cool. Okay, a little confused. Anyway, let's go ahead and see we got everything here. There we go. We actually have our molecular transformer. It's not going to give us the quest completion. I don't know if we needed anything out of that, but we don't. We're not going to have it either way, so I guess that's the thing. The main thing is this here, the flux converter and the transformer. Let's actually head downstairs here and probably get this hooked up to power on a direct line. This one's going to have to be on medium voltage, so I guess that's the thing as well, right? So let's go ahead and do this here. Go ahead and grab some pipe. That looks good. We'll just pipe it to here. Then we'll just grab another combustion. So there you go. Let's go here. That looks good to me. That's getting power. Then we'd want to take the MV flux controller, and that is completely the wrong way. Here you go. We want to go this way right here, and that should be able to power this machine directly, actually. So there you go. So this power right here, if I hook this up to the machines upstairs, they'd explode currently. So something to be aware of there. And I think all we have to do now is run quartz through here. So let's go ahead and grab a little bit of quartz here. It's going to take a lot of time because we do not have a lot of power in this right now. But anyway, let's go ahead and grab quartz here. Go ahead and grab that. See if we can actually start the process at least. Because if so, it's just a matter of time, right? I can always add a few more combustion generators. I just have to make a few more of these flux converters here, and we'd be good to go. I think I wanted 16, right? So do that. UN, and then we get a progress bar. Then we get the text that doesn't fit the box. I guess it won't take that long. It is going to take a while, but that isn't a horrible amount of time. Probably about an hour or so, and then I'd have it done. Or I could hook up a second one of these and kind of do it in half the time. It's actually a cool little block, though. I like that. Anyway, that's cool. That is our molecular transformer, and that's going to be what actually gets us directly into 82. Because after this, I think we're there. I think we're literally there. I think the only thing that was holding us back was Certus, and this is going to be it. So that is super rad all around. So pretty excited for that, because moving forward, we'll actually have terminals and ways of moving stuff around. There's cables under all of these floors too. Like under here, there's flux cables running through the entirety of the base. So piping stuff around should get a lot easier all around. But I think I'm going to go ahead and actually wrap this one up here. So as always, if you guys like this video, please hit that like button. Really liked it. Hit that subscribe button. It is always appreciated. Well, you guys all have a good one. See you guys in the next video. Later.